Friday is going to be very busy. We'll have Euro will have news, GBP will have news, USD will have news, CPI at 1:30. So Friday, you'll be very careful, when trading the market because we have a lot of high impact news on Friday. In case you're wondering what website this is forexfactory.com. This is where we come to get economic indicators, right? And we get to know what's happening in different countries due to fundamentals and everything. So Friday is going to be a busy day. So till then, we'll know what to do. Today is Monday. We are not really, affected by much today. So we can just go ahead and see our technicals for the week and see what we can make out of everything. Okay, so people that are just joining us, I greet everybody, especially for the people that are just joining us. You're very much welcome, and we are going into the deal for the day. All right. Okay, so AUD card. I'll just touch one or two things. Let's start with DXY. DXY is the US dollar index. The US dollar index is important to know what the US dollar index is doing. Let me check another broker. Okay, this is better. All right. So what do you see here? Let me give a plain chart. So we come to the market on a fresh day like this, right? We come to the market. What do you see? We have this major area from here to here, right? That price broke. You see that this low here is a very strong low now. It's a major low. So what did price do? Price came to that area instead of price going back to buy from there. What does price do? Price comes back instead. Give me a moment. I'm getting information on my screen. I want to be sure. I was saying something about preparing live stream. I want to know is live stream. Is that for YouTube? Oga Eugene, are you there? Or is it Mr. Val? I'm seeing preparing live stream. I want to know what is streaming or where it is streaming to.
Sis, are you talking to me?
Okay, I wanted to know if it's you or Eugene that is on the call because I'm seeing preparing live stream on my ends here. So I want to know what is streaming, right? If it's YouTube, maybe it's to YouTube or something.
Let me check.
Are
No,
you
I
seeing it? Are you seeing
continue.
it? Are you seeing it on your screen? So are you seeing preparing live stream on your screen?
You go ahead, go ahead. It's Eugene, go ahead.
Okay, no problem. All right, let's continue. I think it's not disappearing. That's the problem I'm having. But no, where were we? So this is a major low, like we said now, right? It's a major low, and price came to do what? Price came to sweep. So ever since then, you see that DXY has been experiencing what? An upward movement, right? So DXY has been very, very bullish ever since taking this low. And then it won't be out of place if we say that DXY may buy up till this high here. Okay, so now what do we see now? So if we go to the line chart, you see that this is the most recent expansion to the upside that happened, right? And that's where DXY is currently playing around with, right? So let's go to the 4 hours and see what the 4 hours is saying. So normally from here now, we expect DXY, even if it's not from here, maybe from all these lows, because you see that we have what? We have a gap here. Okay, we have a gap here that DXY may want to trade into before going up. But at least we expect that in the long run, DXY should resume the bullish momentum to come back, take this high, and finally target this zone up here too. So we have here that we want DXY to come and buy from, and as well as come here. So we are bullish on DXY. So that is why we're going to go and see what we have for Euro USD and GU. Okay, Euro USD and GU. Okay, so for Euro USD, you see that the same thing on the weekly time frame. we took this high also. So you see, that was a sign that we may be coming back down. And what do we see? If we go to the line chart, you see that we broke structure to the downside. So that was all another indication that, oh, okay, after sweeping this high, there is a good chance that we sell off. Okay. So upon expansion to the downside, what does price like to do? Price likes to trade back into that area before what? Before continuing. Okay. So what do you see here? Price came back into that zone. You see that price came back into this zone, all right? And then we're trying to sell off ever since then. This is the week. So let's see the daily time frame. Okay, so the daily time frame now we have tapped into this area. This is like an order block here. This is like an order block at this area. And now what do we see? We had our candle high sweep here, is it not? We had a candle high sweep here. You see that this Friday's candle swept Thursday's candle high. And then we know that when we sweep a candle high, we are going for the opposite direction of that candle, is it not? So that's what's happening here. So on the 4 hours now, we have some fair value gap that price can come to trade from. I also saw something on this Euro USD. See this candle formation. Let me draw. See this candle. See, what do we have here? We had a fully bearish engulfing candle formation there. So that was another indication that we may look to sell Euro USD. And now I'm seeing that we are having series of fair value gaps here. You have some fair value gaps in this region. So it's possible that price will look to trade into this place before what? Before continuing sales to the downside, right? You can see the way we built it, right? So we built it from here. After sweeping this high, see that we have been dropping. So this is the last place that price experienced that drop. So what does price do? Price trades back into that area to mitigate that area, right? When he mitigates it, mitigates it like touching that area, right? To interact with that area. So when he mitigates that area, it will resume the movement that it was doing before. So if we do this, right, and then price comes back to mitigate something here, when it mitigates the area, it will start continuing that trend again. Okay, so that's that. So what we're expecting is that when EU trades into this live stream thing, I think is disturbing me. This thing is moving funny. I don't know. I've not seen this thing before. It's affecting the way the mouse is moving and everything. I don't know. Let's continue. Let's just continue because we don't have time. All right. So what was I saying? When we come into this or a fair value gap here, we expect what? We expect price to give us a direction, to give us a reason, an intention to sell back down, and then we can start selling. The reason I'm looking, normally I would have said, okay, we don't have a very solid expansion yet, but we saw that we had a fully bearish engulfing candle formation. You know, these two candle formations here, see this one and this one. So that was a good sign, right? That price is interested in continuing down. So what we can expect now is that touching this fair value gap, we can expect another sell-off from that zone on Euro USD. Okay, so let's see. We are still bearish on these guys. So let's see GBP. I have a similar view for GBP. I have something like an entry for GBP USD, but price has ignored it. Let me show you how I built my story for GBP USD. Right? So remember this, our area here. So what happened is that price traded into what? Price traded into the premium zone. Look at it. This was the premium zone. If I'm to draw my fib from this high to this low, you see that anywhere within the 50% to this place is a premium zone for sales. And here is a what? Here is a discounted zone for buy. So normally when we're here, we're still expecting if we can see some buy trades. But now that we have come into this place, see that this was like an expansion. See, this is like a break of structure. So what does price do? Price goes back into that place and then starts to give us reasons to sell. Is that okay? Let's go back to our line charts, our candlestick charts. You see now Now, when we touched this zone, go to 4 hours time frame, what did we see? You see that we had that same, let me take this off for now. This thing is stopping my screenshot. You see that we had this fully bearish engulfing candle formation also. So that was another good sign that we may look to sell. So I went to the 1 hour time frame. What did we see on the 1 hour time frame? We had this key level here. See this key level? This is like a resistance zone that price now did what? Price created a fake out. You see, people are trying to sell from here. And then what does price do? Price creates a fake out and then drops again. So this area that where the fake out occurred is a very powerful place because price now may want to come back to trade in that region before continuing the sell. Is that okay? And now, coinciding with the fake out, we had what? We had imbalance in the market. Can you see? Coinciding with the fake out, we had imbalance. See fair value gaps now. In fair value gaps are imbalances. So you see that this place now is serving as a what's it called? As a equal high liquidity. Is that okay? So this place is serving as equal high liquidity. So there is a tendency for price to come here, tap this our area of interest now, and then we can do what? We can sell off. We can sell off from there. Can you see? Can you see? See the way it's like a heads and shoulders formation, right? Let me see if I can mark that out for you. So we have left shoulder here. We have the head and the right shoulders here. So what does price like to do? Price likes to come to interact from the right shoulder before dropping. It's also very similar to the QMR setup that we have talked about over the past 2 weeks. So you see that this is a very good, this is a very interesting place for GBP USD to sell off from. Okay, this is a very interesting place for GBP USD to sell off from. So when I spotted this fair value gap and this key level and this liquidity that is building here, that showed good reason to sell. So this is not a bad area. So let me see if I can call this out. So you see, the thing is that when our criteria is met on trades, right, we just go ahead and take the trade. You see, we have done the part that we can control, so we leave the remaining for the market to do. If you take a trade and you're monitoring, you're looking at the trade every second, all those monitoring trades cannot push price up or down. No. Price will do what it wants to do. Your own job as a trader is to analyze the market and just leave it alone. Simple as that. Analyze the market, leave it alone. That is what we do. Let me see what we're doing here. So our first TP is going to be here for about 2R. We know this low is going to be first TP. If we want to do 3R, that's fine. But let's just keep it at this low first. Let's keep it at this low first. That's 2 point something risk to reward ratio. Not bad. TP is 1.33911. Okay. So let's see how this trade plays out. I'm sure we are there. I'm sure we are there. I'm sure we are there. Let's see how this trade plays out. Okay. So you can screenshot, you can write, and let's continue. I'll give you a few seconds before I leave the screen. All you just do is screenshot it, then you can put it. Please, when you take a trade, please risk responsibly. Please risk responsibly. Even if you have an A+ setup, the market can decide to not respect it. There's nothing you can do about it, right? That's where your risk management comes in. So that when you are risking small, to win bigger than your risk, when you take a trade, and let me say you win a trade, you know that you have put yourself like in a higher position. So that even if you take a loss, it's not a problem because you are still maintaining your risk parameters and your risk to reward is positive. So at the end of the day, you still find yourself in a positive situation, right? If you do your risk management well, you can even win 5 trades and lose 5 trades, or even if you can even lose 6 and win 4, and you are still in profit, right? I'm not saying you should lose many. I'm just saying that if you do your risk well, you do what? At the end of the day, you're going to notice that you are having a positive equity curve. Is that okay? So that's that for GU. We are going to continue. I hope you have taken notes. I hope you have taken notes. All right. Let's go to the next thing. Let's see BTC. Let's see BTC. Now we have some BTC men. We have some BTC men and women in the house. So BTC has touched, let me give a clean chart. So this is one zone I was looking at. Well, I know I've not called it in the live session yet, but it's something I was looking at personally. What do you see here? What do you see here? Is this not a very textbook QMR setup? Sweep, break, and liquidity. Is it not? Sweep, break, and liquidity. This is liquidity. So liquidity can come in form of what? In form of a normal single one, which is inducement. It can come in form of equal lows or highs, just above, just above or below an area of interest, or as trend line. So this time around, it came as a trend line. See, this was like trend line here. All right. So they're like a trend line liquidity. We have the one that will just conform a single one like this, and then that's enough. Sometimes it will come and do what? Equal low, just above your POI. That's nice. Sometimes it will form what? It will form something like a trend line. So all of these are the different kinds of liquidity that we experience in the market. So BTC was forming a trend line liquidity. I noticed it. And then what do you see here? Just below this trend line liquidity, you have what? You have fair value gap. So this area was a very interesting area for price to do, for price to want to come back to buy from. Can you see? So we had a point of interest due to the QMR setup, and then you now had what? You now had a liquidity build up just where that just above that point of interest, or I call it an area of interest. So what did price do? Price touched the area of interest, and it has started to do what? It has started to go up. I won't be surprised if BTC should go for all-time highs again. I wouldn't be surprised, right? I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So we're on the daily time frame now. We have had a good mitigation of our point of interest, or our region or area of interest. So the next thing is H4 to look for confirmation. Okay. Now, what do you see on the H4? Even if you go to the line chart, even though I can see it on my normal eye, but if you go to the line chart, you see that we have done what? We have broken structure. Can you see? We have broken structure. So this is a very good sign that Bitcoin is going to the upside. That's a very good sign that Bitcoin is going to the upside. So we just have to be patient. Now the thing is, in as much as we have taken this high, I wanted a cheaper price to trade Bitcoin. I was waiting here. There's a place I was waiting. Where is it? There was a fair value gap zone I was waiting. Yeah, I think it was somewhere. I was waiting here. Here, and then there was also something down here that price may come down to trade. But when price did this new expansion, see this new expansion here, see this new push to the upside, it means that maybe price, if price wants to retrace, it might just retrace to either of these areas and then buy. But then again, I still like this zone a lot, right? See why I like this zone? This zone swept some liquidity that was lying down here. I have to show you the line chart. Okay, it's not there. It's on the candlestick. Candlestick is swept what? It swept some liquidity that was lying down here. Then it went on to break structure. And it has formed what? Inducement liquidity. And then it has gone back up. Right? So at this zone here, we also have what? We also have fair value gap here. There is some, it's small, but it's there. There is some imbalance there. FVG, call it whatever you want to call it, imbalance, FVG, inefficiency, all those things in English language. The point is your application. That's the main thing, right? So this is what? This is an inducement liquidity. So I would love for BTC to give me a cheaper price, right? A discounted price to exploit buy opportunities. Is that okay? I would love for BTC to give me a cheaper price to explore buying opportunities. Even below here, so there's a chance that price may even want to sweep here to touch. Let me check 1 hour time frame. I think there was something on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, see it here. Let me show you. Oh, why is this? I said, I don't understand. The thing is shaky today. Since this preparing live stream thing just popped up on my screen, everything is shaky. It's not how it used to be. So there's an area here of interest. So you see that this whole floor here is looking very interesting for BTC to just give us like a discounted push, to these areas, and then we can now finally fire on. Is that okay? So now let's see. Go back to the daily time frame. You see that this whole thing came from this high, and that's the all-time high on BTC. So it won't be out of place if we expect BTC to start what they rally back to the the draw liquidity, which is all the way up here. Is that okay? So that's that for Bitcoin. I wanted to just quickly show us that Bitcoin is doing what we envisioned it to do. Upon stripping the liquidity, it has started to do what? It has started to break structure to go to the upside. Is that okay? So that's that for BTC. Okay. So let's see one or two minor stuff, and then we can see gold. Okay. Okay, let's see gold before we move now. Do we have a POI for gold yet? Okay. I entered a quick gold buy this morning. It's still running. It's still running. I think I used that 0.1. This was a trade. But let me open another broker. All right. So on gold now, normally we know what we're looking for gold, right? We want gold to give us the push. Now, it's a new week, it's a new day, everything, but that does not mean that the rally on gold is going to just stop. Okay, gold is like a safe haven. Investors are looking to push their funds, to buy gold. Why? Because gold is always appreciating. Since its inception, gold has been in an upward trajectory. That is why people that are looking to keep their money safe and preserve the value of their money, they push it to gold, right? Gold is like a treasure basket. So when you put your stuff there, it's like it's always appreciating, it's always growing. Is that okay? So that's that. So what we're expecting, how we trade gold, we learned a lot last week from how to expect gold movement. So what we can expect is that we have taken this slow now, at least I think a bit gold should start giving us a proper rally. It's still slow, there's a little bit of sidewaysness here. It's still slow, but I believe that when we finally take this high, we can do what we can have a reason to trade from here and then continue. Remember what Mr. Jerry said? Said that on gold, right? You see that this is forming like a kind of consolidation. So if we now have that our push, right? We have that push. Is it not a good place, for us to come back and buy gold from? You see, that's a very good place for us to come back to buy gold. You remember what was said? He said that when we have have something like this price, then the spike comes in. Sorry, then we have a push up and then the spike now comes in. The spike always goes towards to the most recent consolidation, right? The most recent consolidation or an area where, gold had a little bit of, sideways or ranging market. So when this occurs, we now do what? We now expect what? We now expect price to buy from that place. So we had regions like that last week. I don't know if I'll be able to quickly spot them out. Okay, yes, see this place now. This place here. This was like a region of sideways market. So what did price do? When price broke above that place, the spike came in early hours of the morning, touched that consolidation area, and that was where the buy occurred from. Okay, I think there was another place where I caught a buy from. I may not really pick it out now, but the point is that after every spike down, price wants to pick something and go. After every spike down, price wants to pick something and go. See this spike, price just came for this area and then it has gone up. So we can expect gold to just repeat that price action. Is that okay? So if we can get
Okay.
that price action on gold, we can look to fire on. Okay, Mr.
Sister
Jerry is on
Bond,
the
thank
call.
you.
Are
Yeah,
you
good
there?
morning. Sister Bond, thank you very much. Good
Oh,
morning. Good morning, everyone.
good
Beautiful
morning
morning
to
to
you.
us all. This is a brand new week. We hope that this week will give us the best opportunities and the best pips that we all are looking out for. Yeah, this gold has been very so much interesting, giving us some opportunities last week. Just like what Sister Bong said, gold was they pushed it last week, to find a support, and we see it bouncing just where you have that liquidity, the line you drew. Yeah. Now, something interesting? Something interesting is happening where we are now. If you take your Fibonacci from the low of that swing, the low by your left, where you have a lower, yes, come down a bit. come down a bit where, yes, from that place, if you take your Fibonacci to that high, this where prices bounces exactly at 61.8. That place, yes, it's exactly like 61.8. Now, this bounce triggered what we are seeing now. But something last week, Friday, this massive drop closed powerfully bearish on Friday. So what price is currently doing now, price is trying to, the sellers are coming into the market at the zone where we are now. So there's one or two things that may likely happen. We may have price testing. Now, take another Fibonacci from the top, bring it to the low where you have the
Hello, Mr. Jerry. I'm not hearing you. Are you there? Hello? Am I audible? Is anybody hearing me, or is anybody hearing Mr. Jerry? Because I think I'm not hearing him again.
This
We are hearing
network.
you. We're not hearing you.
Network is
The
network. Just calm down.
Okay, okay.
Okay, maybe before it come back.
calls that came into.
Okay.
Hello?
Eric, go ahead.
Hear me.
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you put your Fibo top down to the low, where we have the red line 60, 60, 61.8, we have bullish candle. The red line where you have 60 bullish candle. So that zone where you have that bullish candle, please put a shaded region. Price fighting, turning that place to become irresolute. Not that point.
This area?
Where you have the 70, 60. Yes, exactly. Yeah. That place may, because if you look at your left of that point, that zone on two occasions, there are two candles with a bounce, and that's by your left, those two. Yes, exactly. Now price drop down it, and then we now have a reaction. The candle, the bullish candle, the price broken support, and then the drop of zone 61.8 that we. Now the bullish thing at this point where we are, this zone where we are now, is currently losing. Guys using steam gradually. So, but we are going to be very careful to see what is going to happen in that zone you just plotted. Please, you can change that color, the color of that zone to red, so that people that will give us. If we get to that candles that forms like spark, yes, we might take ourselves from there to the next consolidate out the zone where it bounced off on Friday. So that's what I want us to be careful. But if we close, it rally continues and then we make a new high. So you can see so many. That's why the move is losing steam gradually where we are. So any push up now, you can see that we are having like a rectangular movement, like a channel. What they want to do here is to create a channel and then create a spike up to take out the liquidity, because there will be liquidities there. People will be selling. Retail traders will be placing sales. As this consolidation is forming, they'll be placing sales. Trigger their own sell. If we are still going to go down, they will just push price into that red zone where I have the caution area. They push price into that zone and then take out the liquidity that has been formed. where we are currently. And then from there, we might have price dropping down. Price brands on Friday and to the next consolidation zone. Now, for you to see this, the next, can you go to 4 hours, please? Go to 4 hours and let's take the Fibonacci of the overall move to see the zone. Just bottom here, where you have the black. Yeah, I'm saying we are taking care. We're taking caution. I'm not saying you're going to sell. You take caution. You can only sell based on the pattern of candles you are going to see here. When price enters into that zone, if it breaks above it, we'll continue buying. We're going to buy. But if it doesn't break above it, we are coming back down. And again, on Friday, look at the way the candle closed on Friday. On the daily, it's closing with some Friday candle. So it's we go to Friday. Yes, look at the candle. Look at it. This the strike above and then piercing into the candle of Thursday candle. So over 50% of it has been pierced. So we might have a correction resuming from here. Price may want to make a nice correction from here. So that's why the bullish move is not strong again as at where we are now. So, but we are not going to sell yet until we see what's going to happen when we enter into that caution zone. That's why I said TCB needs to paint that in red. Whatever happens, whatever reaction we see in that caution zone, will now inform us whether we are going to sell or not, but not here. At this point, if you are on a buy, you can still maintain your buy, but you need to be cautious. You need to keep on watching what's going to happen in this caution zone. But from what I saw on Friday, we may likely be going down maybe in the next 1 or 2 days. Price may likely be making some nice correction. So that is it. But like I said, we will only act based on what price gives us or based on what price shows, But if price fails on that caution zone, we are going to be going down. Price is going to take out this low where it bounced off on Friday. 80% of the time, if it happens like this, it's going to take out that low. And then we are going to be going to the next. Please go back to 4 hours. There's one low I'm seeing on the 4 hours that's very obvious. Yes. See where this candle, take your cursor down. No, take your cursor down. Come to the move, this bottom where I have the railway track. Down, 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 down. Come down, come down, come down. Yes. You just passed it. The two candles, the black and the blue. Yes, that point. So price may be coming into that zone. Those two candles are zones. If you take a Fibonacci from there to the high, I think that is giving us 61.8. So price may come down to test that zone. But let's see how it's going to play out. Yes, let's see how it's going to play out if it gets into the caution zone. That caution zone will determine what we are going to be doing next. And then I think we saw the dollar index too. Dollar index. What's the reaction of the dollar index currently based on the Friday movement? Citibank. Did we check the dollar index?
Yeah, we did. Let me go back.
So the dollar index, if it's closing bullish, there's also there should be a similar caution zone in the dollar index. If price closes above it, and then we might have gold dropping. All the dollar pairs might be going down while the dollar index goes up. So please go to daily chart. Let's see. Let's see the way it closed on Friday. You can see the way it closed. You can see that bullish bounce on Friday. So the bullish bounce on Friday is showing that the dollar index may be going back up to test that previous resistance or previous resistance zone. So like I said before, there's a fair value gap on that candle. There's the candle in the middle before the resistance. The candle, yes, there's a fair value gap. That fair value gap is probably going to be, that zone. So let's see Yeah, let's see the way it's going to play out, let's see it's going to play out, but the one we drew on gold is what we should pay attention to and see how price will react in that zone. A break above that zone will trigger a massive rally. We are going back to make a new high. But if it fails to break above that high, price may want to make a more deeper correction for us, for them to have very good discounted price for a buy. So that's it from me.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Jerry, for the knowledge. Mr. Val, you were about to say something. I don't know if you are still there.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Okay.
Continue.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. We have heard it all, so we just remain patient. You see, we're in the consolidation phase, and this is a phase where you just wait for price to give you a clear direction on what to do next. So till then, we're going to get a clear this thing to trade. All right,
Most likely we'll have a spike up above that consolidation to create, because what they are doing now is they're making a deceptive consolidation so that they can spike price up into that caution zone and take out all the liquidity there, and then we have a very long candle coming back down to continue the downward move. Let's see how it's going to play out between now and tomorrow. But let's keep our eyes on that caution zone. Please, if you are buying, take caution once price enters into that zone. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, let me see USD CHF. There's something that is brewing there that is very interesting to me. I think I saw something from the monthly time frame. There's something that happened from the monthly time frame. So what do you see on CHF? USD CHF that we have been falling for as long as I can remember. So this is monthly chart. You can imagine the number of time that we have been falling since 2020, since the beginning of 2025. We have just been dropping. Okay, so all those information are just too far for us. What we care about is the most recent information. So what I saw here is that we had something like this. Can you see? Let me zoom into that place. See that we swept this month of October swept September's high. So that was a good sign that, okay, maybe there is tendency we may come for September low. Okay, so weekly now, what did weekly do? Weekly has aligned with what happened from the monthly time frame. Are you seeing? Weekly aligned with what happened from the monthly time frame by breaking structure to the downside, or you can call it by expanding to the downside. Is the same thing. Is that okay? So weekly expanded like this, and then this is a very good sign that what price will or might trade back into here before continuing the sell. So let's see daily time frame now for possible trade opportunities. So what do we want to see here? I want to see the areas that have fair value gaps and the key levels and the areas that we are most interested in. So I have 2 points of interest for USD CHF. Let me go ahead and mark them. Number one is this place. Number 1 point of interest. I like this yellow box. It's interesting. So number one is this place. I like here for a possible trade. I'm going to tell you why. And I also like here. I also like it. This one is very close to where price is. Why do I like this place up? Can you see that this zone was a zone that price played with a lot before breaking it? Are you seeing? We had here, and then finally price has violated that low, leaving behind imbalance. And then what do you also see? That area is an area that is in the premium pricing. Can you see this is a premium pricing area? That's around the 60 to 70% zone. So that is why I really like this place. Why? We have interacted with here a couple of times, and then we broke structure. There is fair value gap, and this place is in the premium zone. So you see, this is why I really like here. So you see, we had monthly high sweep, we had weekly expansion, and then daily has the sweep of structure here, and then they break, and then of course we have fair value gaps everywhere. So this is a zone that price may likely come to trade from. So this is a zone that maybe tomorrow or during the week or whenever it may come here. So the same thing is also happening here too, right? The same thing is also happening here, even though this one is a little bit falling into the discounted zone, but it's still present. You see, we had this area that we had a lot of interaction from here to here to here, and then all of this sideways market before price finally closed below here with a body. So there is a tendency that price may also want to sell. Let me delete this. There is a tendency that price may still want to sell from here. Or maybe what price will do that I've seen it do over for a long time is that it may come here, give a sell, a little bit of a sell, and then come here to give the mega, like the proper sell from here. All right. So the thing is that price really respects fair value gaps. Fair value gaps are like fuel, that price attracts them, and then when it fills it up, it likes to move. So the thing is, when you have an area like this where there are let me say there are 2 points of interest. There is a fair value gap, there's a fair value gap. Now, price can come here and sell, right? But it can still come here again and do what? And still sell again. So this is something I've seen happen, a lot of times in the market. So it can very much happen again, here. But we know that USD CHF this is the draw on liquidity, this low down here. So we are looking to come here at the end of the day. So we just want what? We just want a push into these areas before we look for sales all the way to this low. So that's that for USD CHF. It's very simple analysis. Monthly sweep, weekly expansion, daily point of interest, and of course you know that the point of interest must embody a fair value gap. All right. So we have, let me just round up because the time is no more on our hands. Okay. So there was something that happened on GA. Something happened on GA. I think, what time frame did I spot it? Let me check. Give me a moment. There's something that happened. Okay, I think it was from here. There was a major low here. Now, price took the major low and was failing to break below. This is the weekly time frame. Price could not break below that major low. What did price now do? If you are sharp, you would have seen that price has done what? A fully bullish engulfing candle. And I've been preaching this a long time. When there's a engulfing candle, is a fully bullish or bearish engulfing candle, it's a sign that price wants to really respect that direction and move. Are you seeing that? So now what is on the daily? On the daily, price came down and then started the movement. Now, there are two things I'm seeing here. We have a powerful key level here, that price has played with, and then here is going to serve as liquidity. So whenever GA drops into this place, I'm looking to buy straight up. Whenever GA drops into this discounted price here, I'm looking to buy. Is that okay? And now, new week, new behavior. What did price do? After this expansion here, price has done another new expansion. You know that finally we are going where? After this sweep, where are we supposed to go head for? Is this high, right? This high, that's our drawn liquidity. So when there is a new expansion like this, it's important to see, okay, maybe price is interested in trading from this area too. Now, what did we see? He said that we had what? He had a fair value gap. Friday came, but Friday could not fill up this gap. So Friday left behind what? Friday left behind imbalance. You see? And then we had what? This high that, price broke. So what I'm going to look out for here is if the 4 hours time frame should give me a proper expansion, not the one that is doing here. This one is not good enough, right? This one is not good enough. There is no fully bullish engulfing. It is not having a structure to break. So it has to give me something like this that I can confirm that we are looking to buy before I'll now be interested in the buys. But my main area of interest for GA is down here. My main area of interest for GBP AUD is down here. Okay, so that's that for GBP AUD. And then of course we have the zone that we're looking out for since last week on AUD card. AUD card, we had a monthly high sweep. We had a monthly high sweep that led to a what? That led to a weekly fully bearish engulfing candle formation. All right. So now what are you seeing here? On the daily time frame, we had a POI, an area of interest, which is a key level. The key level here had what? Had fair value gap. So whenever a AUD card drops or goes into this place, I'll be expecting what? A sell-off. But let me show you something. Let me show you something. You see this place? So this is also a very powerful key level here from the past. You see price has touched here 1,001 times and has left behind what? Imbalance. So if price comes here first, if price should come here first, then we may be going for this high, right? But if price should come here first, then we may look to what? We may look to take this low that's here, and then tap into this key level and expect a reaction. Is that okay? I would have loved to see synthetics, but time is not really on our hands due to the fact that we have the next session at 10. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. All right, unfailingly tomorrow we'll touch some syntax. So I greet you once again. I greet you, Mr. Val, Dazzling Love, Abiola, Bridget, Chris, co-strategist Emmanuel Ogale, Mr. Giro, the Infinix user, Jerry. I don't know if that is Mr. Jerry. Okay, Mr. Jerry, is that you? Is that another person? Kehinde Dada, Maduku, Joshua, Mel, Nosa, Mr. Jerry, Olufemi, Olusola, Oluti, Sam Yi, Samsung Ochen, sorry, Mr. Sonny, Taufik, and Etup. Have a lovely day, everyone, and I wish you a profitable week. Goodbye.